my name is Terry Banhazel and I'm here at Nasco talking about fired on images transfer paper, and I wanted to talk to you guys about troubleshooting. This information is on the second to the last page of the instructions in everybody's packet of paper, so you'll have it right there with you when you purchase the paper, but I thought I'd go through it just so that it's clear. The first one, troubleshooting. Black toner has smudged when you wipe it, put the decal on and wipe over it. That happens because some of these new printers are very energy efficient, so they don't stay hot for long, and it means that some of that toner didn't sink that well into the decal paper. There are two ways of dealing with this. One is you can put a whole bunch of blank sheets of paper in to warm up the fuser roller and then put in your image right away, and that should take care of it. Or just use a roller like this that they use for like block printing and push the water out with this on a paper towel, and that way you won't be smudging it with a paper, when you're pressing down on it. This is a great way to remove the water, especially on flat surfaces. Another biggest question that I always have is, my image has disappeared, what's happened? If your image disappears, you've used the wrong printer. Again, I'll reiterate that it's any HP or Canon black only printer. It must be either of those two brands, and it must have no capability of printing in color. So anything under those parameters will work, even a fax machine. Copiers, Canon makes a bunch of low price copiers that work great for this process, and even for school they're great because kids can just put their images onto the platen and you can print them right out onto the transfer paper. So if the image has disappeared, it's the wrong printer. If the image has faded, it's too high of a fire. If you take the thing out of the kiln and it looks fantastic and you touch the toner and it wipes off, it means it wasn't fired hot enough. So if it fades, if it disappears, wrong printer, fades, too hot, wipes off, too cool. Paint Your Own Pottery studios and schools, I know they like to fire all their stuff to cone 06. If that's what your desire is, I recommend getting Spectrum 700 glaze, the clear glaze. That one you can use, and you can fire whatever it is that you're putting on there up to cone 06. The images have microscopic cracks in them. It's just the nature of the beast. If you stretch the paper, the film too much, if you overwork it, it will show more cracks than if you just put it on, get the water out, and put it in the kiln. But if you're really bothered by those microscopic cracks, what you can do is you can print your image in reverse and put it on the paper right side down, and that way you just flip the paper, put it with the image, the toner against the glaze, and do it that way, and that way there won't be any movement of the film because it's not on the film, it's on the actual tile or whatever it is you're using. Your wear is cracked after firing. That has nothing to do with fired on images, but as most of you know, if you're going to fire porcelain, it has to be dry-footed and slow heat up and slow cool. Fired on images doesn't care what temperature rate you fire it at. It can be fast, it can be slow, whatever the wear that you're firing, that's what the key is. If you're firing on stoneware, you want to do it slow, just like stoneware likes. If you're firing it on porcelain, the same. But if you have earthenware and it's a bisque piece, you haven't made it yourself from clay, you can just pop it in and do it at fast. For more information, check out our book that's available at Nasco. And also, you can see us on our webpage at www.fired-on.com. And there are lots of projects and things on that website, also in the book. So thanks so much for listening. It's been fun here at Nasco today, and have a lot of fun with it. I know you will.